Okay, let's have a look at question 3. So we're looking at two vehicles here, a crane and a removal van, each of which has the same mass of 15 tons. Now in question A they say which vehicle has the greatest acceleration and explain how you can tell. Well, we're looking at the speeds of the two objects after 5 seconds and then 10 seconds. So they both had exactly the same time period. Well, which one's velocity increases the most? Well, the van goes from 10 to 15 meters per second. So its changing speed is 5 meters per second. But the crane goes from 3 to 5, so its changing speed is 2 meters per second. Now this tells me that the van must have the greatest acceleration, because its speed changes by more than that of the crane in the same time period. The other way we can look at this is to actually work out the acceleration. Acceleration is change in velocity over time. Now we can use this equation to work out the acceleration of the van, because the van's velocity changes by 5 in 5 seconds, and therefore its acceleration is 1 meters per second squared. If we do the same thing for the crane, its velocity only changes by 2 meters per second, still in 5 seconds, and therefore its acceleration is 0.4 meters per second squared. So the van has the greatest acceleration. If we look at the next part, bear with me, sorry. The driving force used by the mobile crane to make it move is 20,000 newtons. Explain why the force for the removal van must be greater than that. Well, we know that force is mass times acceleration. Okay, so both objects have the same mass. Okay, so it's the same for the crane and for the van. So the only thing that's going to make a difference to the force that's applied to the both is the acceleration. Now we know that the van has the greatest acceleration. Okay, we just worked that out in the last part. So if the van has the greatest acceleration, but they both have the same mass, then the force must be greatest for the one with the greatest acceleration.